Welcome back, another episode. The episode begins with Maddie answering a 911 call from Catherine, a woman who has been kidnapped along with her infant by a man who we initially assumed to be her spouse. In an attempt to get the cops to stop them, Maddie tries to get them to drive to a motel. Sadly, the man realizes and picks up the phone to inform Maddie that his wife has had enough. As the conversation is cut off, we hear a scream and what seems like a crash. When the 118 arrive at the scene of the collision, they discover that the driver has left. The caller is stuck inside the vehicle, and her infant is stuck in the back seat. When Buck arrives at the car seat and discovers the infant is gone, Athena makes a backup call to assist in the hunt for the spouse and child. A pacifier discovered by an officer that was not burned suggests the car crashed after the baby was out of it. The mother has been severely injured in the accident, and we learn that the father escaped with the infant, possibly before the car collapsed. Detective Romero, who is handling the case, and Athena arrive at the 911 dispatch call and reveal that Catherine's true husband is actually on his way home and that the man in the car is not her spouse. At this point, Maddie starts to doubt herself because she thinks she might have identified too much with the victim and may not have paid enough attention to the call to detect hints. When Maddie visits Catherine, she opens up to her nurse, Amir, about her background. Maddie promises to bring her kid home when he lets her see Catherine. Later, when Maddie is having a conversation with Chimney, she discovers that Catherine was probably speaking in code and that she was really reacting to the man when he told her he had bought her a yellow nightgown that she had purchased weeks prior, as though he shouldn't have known about the nightgown. He noticed it through a window, but whose was it? When the detective discovers Catherine's yellow nightgown at her house, he discovers that her bedroom window overlooks a neighbor's home. The man was a stalker, not a boyfriend. It transpires that Mike, a handyman, was the one who abducted Catherine and her infant while the neighbor was having some work done. Under the pretense that Mike hasn't arrived at work, Maddie calls the number that the neighbor gave Athena. When Maddie calls Mike's sister, she learns that his fiancée suddenly dumped him, took their kid, took all of their money, and fled. It's time to find a new mommy, Mike says as he sits on a park bench with the infant and looks at other ladies. Luckily, Detective Romero goes to a neighboring park where he discovers that a woman has already been taken. Maddie guesses that he might be trying to recreate the moment when his lover stated she was going to the park but vanished. Mike is struck by a police car as he is leaving the area, and the 118 arrives on the scene. He tries to get the infant and declines assistance. When Chimney overhears him referring to the infant as Sweatpia in the same way as the man who stole Catherine, he knows Mike was the one who kidnapped the other woman who was in the car's trunk in addition to Catherine's infant. Amber appears to notice Bobby's coat bearing the name Nash while he is at the hospital, giving the impression that something strange is going on. Bobby might have been a part of the incident that resulted in Amir's burns. The teaser for the show airing next week suggests that Amir will confront Bobby. Hen and Karen are talking about how they're trying to get Mara to open up during a family meal when Denny says he found out she has a newborn sibling. The revelation occurred at school when Mara lost it and told Denny that she missed her baby brother Tyson after one of their classmates voiced concerns about his baby sibling. Hen is able to get Mara to open up, and it is then that she informs her that they stole him. Laura doesn't know what happened to him. The episode's last plot involved Eddie, who appeared to be having emotional difficulties related to his background. While having ice cream with Christopher and Marisol, Eddie notices a woman at a store who makes him think of Shannon, his ex-wife. At first, Eddie thought it was a specter from his past, but when he went back to the store, he found out the woman's name was Kim, and they struck up a flirtatious conversation. For more videos, subscribe.